Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nitan Verhofsky. I am your host with the most. You are at the Frequency of Abundance group. We are here 7 days a week. We are giving the most incredible, captivating talks where we're talking about everything in season one. We're now halfway through season three. In season one, we're working on us internally, making sure that we were right with us. Season two, we're working on our relationships, making sure that we were right with others and the way we interacted and communicated. And now in season three, we're getting right with our business, especially if you're an online coach, healer, therapist, specialist. This is that critical time. And that's why we're giving this back. This is all part of the Frequency of Abundance group. It's sponsored by Allura Creative Agency. I'm blessed enough to be the founder of that. For the last 30 years, I've been an elite energy coach. I've been focusing on elite athletes, peak performers in sports and business. Had about 15,000 people, executives, business executives and such, and peak performers in sports come through my hands. In those 30 years, I learned so many things about energy management and how to go up, down, and neutralize. So I ended up writing a couple best-selling books and never would have come online if it wasn't for COVID. So when I came online and I saw how hard it was for me as a legitimate coach to have this proper credibility, visibility, and an image and a brand online, I said, oh my goodness, others must have so much trouble too. So I founded us, Allura Creative, and I made us a not-for-profit. As far as I know, we're the only not-for-profit public relations house in the world. So what we'll do that's very different than anybody else, event production and promotion. We'll put on one-of-a-kind events that blow a dog whistle specifically to a target audience of C-suites. Leaders, owners, founders. So if you're hunting whales, let me know. I can help. We do something very, very unique in that way. At the same time, if you're loving the Frequency of Abundance vibe, and I've been having people all over the world tell me they're tuning in and having some fun, let me know. 2 ways to play. Number one, you can come on board and you can get active and you can join me right here in the seat, and we can make sure that we have you on an interview. We can make sure that we have you broadcast so that your message and your meaning go out to the world as well. Second way to play, you can be a little more passive. You don't have to be as active. We have the Frequency of Abundance group. It is free, so there's no cost here. I'll put it in the chat. Voila. Now, that's contact info for me if you want to say hi. That's contact info for Frequency of Abundance, and to make sure that you have access there. These are live interactive sessions, so to get the most value, pop in, give a like, give a comment, give a share, ask a question, do anything you like. We've got a lot of material to cover, but I wanted it to be engaging. It's not a lecture, even though I have the background from this, because since COVID hit, I've done this about 500 times for incredible people online, going through an amazing process, rebuilding, rebranding, and getting them to that heightened level of visibility and credibility. So this is all part of that beautiful process. If it can help you, if it can serve anyone you know, reach out. That's why we're a not-for-profit. We're here to help. Now today, and all this week has been crazy. So all this week you're looking at, Monday was now's the best time to build your brand. And that's Motivational Mondays. Triumphant Tuesday was your ideal client blueprint, how to attract right people effortlessly. Winning Wednesdays was magnetic messaging, crafting an offer that sells itself. You guessed it. We had a little bit of fun on Thursday. From passion to profit, the 5 must-have systems for success. That was cool. Today, on Fearless Friday, we are scaling without burnout. Smart time and energy management for coaches. So if you're an online coach, healer, therapist, this one's really, really, really for you. There's going to be ways that you can be smart with your time, be smart with your energy, as you're making more money and scaling your business. All 3 are possible. They do have a unique interdependent relationship, and we're going to be exploring all of that today. Now, hang out with us on the Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern, every day, and then come on back on the weekend. I let everyone sleep in, and I'll talk to you at 1 in the afternoon. This week, to finish up, and we're almost wrapping up season 3, we've got Successful Saturday with the power of storytelling, how to build a brand that people love. And then on Soaring Sunday, I'm going to let you go with mastering your niche. Stand out, get noticed, get paid. So, light stuff. Today is all about if you're feeling stretched too thin. Today is all about, while you're trying to grow your business, it can't come, like scaling can't come at the cost of your health and your sanity. So how do we scale without working 24/7? What's going to be one of the secrets that we're going to learn today to managing that energy, not just time. You're talking to an elite energy coach. I play in the intersection between time and energy. And I can tell you, nobody gets more time, but we can get more energy. So knowing that, keeping that, that's going to be the biggest benefit that you could possibly do to yourself. And that's why I wanted to make sure you're here, you're on, and you're ready. So, got my Greek Mountain Tea. I'm ready to kick it. Scaling without burnout. Smart time and energy management for coaches. First segment. We'll set the stage. We'll discuss really the challenge, I guess, of scaling as a coach. Because it's so easy to succumb to burnout. You figure if you got this much, you do more, you'll get more. But at no point does that stop. And we are human and we're not infinite in our energy. And yet the demands of an ever-growing scaling business are. So it doesn't end. You know, you're like a mama bird in the nest with your baby bird. They're always hungry. You fly off, you get more food, you feed them. They're immediately hungry right after. You fly off, you get more food. That's your business. So it's important that you're not just managing your time, but it's energy and managing your energy effectively. That's what we'll focus on. Burnout is not, it's often not due to just the workload, but oh no, I've got too much work. No, that's not burnout. It's poor energy management. It's a lack of strategic focus. We've all had times when we burnt the midnight oil, as the expression goes, and we stayed up late and we got through something because we had good energy management and we had strategic focus. It was important. That's not going to burn you out either. Look at some time management techniques today. Let's look at, and I'll give you as usual, I hope you write your pen and paper. We got some nuggets of wisdom. We got some exercises. We got some proper action items for you. This isn't fluff. This isn't some guy talking and saying, I think this might be an interesting thing, or I think this could work. No, this is it. Take notes. We will be looking at things that work for you. And if you can selfishly, self-servingly, steal one of these for yourself, put these in your tool belt for yourself, for family, for friends, put these in your professional tool belt for your clients that you work with, and pick up these techniques, because I'm sure some of them are going to want to be scaling. And if you can come in and help them to show them how to scale without burnout, they're going to love you. So let's focus on your points. Nuggets of wisdom. I want prioritization over productivity. I don't want to be busy. I want prioritization over productivity. It's not about doing more, but doing what matters the most. Find the weighted average. Find the activity that is the most. Do that. Not being productive is not important. Not prioritizing is. Prioritizing is important. Being productive, not as much. Let's look at time blocking. We've mentioned it in many episodes. You want to be allocating specific blocks of time for focused work, for meetings, for personal time, for emails. That will increase productivity a huge amount. If we're looking at the 80-20 rule, the Parenta principle. In the Pareto principle, you focus on the 20% of the activities that yield 80% of the results. Back to prioritization over productivity. And that's where it's important to know, oh, okay, so if I only did 2 or 3 things today, but they were the 2 or 3 things that moved the needle in my business the most and responsible for most of my revenue and growth and keeping my doors open and my lights on, yeah, you did just fine today. Compared to I did 117 things today, not one of which is actually significant to my business. Nice. Start grouping activities in yellow, red, and green time. Green time makes you money. Yellow time is stuff that doesn't make you money, but is essential because without it you won't be able to. Kind of like answering emails and things, setting up Zoom calls. Red time? You guessed it. Try to minimize that in your day. It's the stuff that you think you have to do, but you might not have to. If it doesn't get done till tomorrow, not the end of the world. That's your 3. Prioritization over productivity. Time blocking. 80-20 rule. Red light, yellow light, green light with your time. Your 4th one was a bonus. So, exercises would be, I want you to create daily non-negotiables. You got to have stuff that you set a line in the sand and you will not, and no one else will let you, or you won't allow anyone else to cross that line. What are 3 tasks that if you accomplish them, they'll make the day successful? Daily non-negotiables, right? I want to leave these loose. I always give examples. I want you to come up with your own. Reach out to me if you're having trouble. That's the entire point. Reach out to somebody in your group. You want to be bold and brave? Post this. Get it on out there in the world. Love it, right? So, know that you can join us anytime you want. Pop into LinkedIn, go to the Frequency of Abundance group, reach out to me, jump on a show, reach out and have a deeper conversation. See if we can't help spotlight some of what we're doing here to help your business grow. Because if you're going to be helping others, we serve those that serve others. Might be an interesting conversation. Look at, next to your daily non-negotiables, time audit. For 1 week, track how you spend each hour. Look at those time wasters, right? You're going to be able to identify them really easy. Also look at opportunities to optimize. Only when you have the data, only when, like, we can't measure what you don't, you can't manage what you don't measure. So if we're not measuring your time, how are we managing it? If we're not looking at things that are wastes of time or energy, how can we optimize? Action item. This is going to be fun for you. The same way that we do this weekly with our talks, look at a weekly planning ritual. Spend 30 minutes every Sunday. That's why we do Soaring Sundays. Spend those 30 minutes every Sunday just planning the week ahead, right? Where you're ensuring alignment with your larger goals. Always keeping that hat on, always keeping that in the foreground, in the front burner. Let's look at, for segment 3, energy management strategies. Now, one of the nuggets of wisdom would probably be that energy is cyclical. Not everybody knows that. You want to leverage these peak energy periods for those high focus tasks that you need, and then let the low energy periods go for the routine stuff. Right? Like, you get a good night's sleep, everybody's a morning person. You get up, you're ready, your mind is crystal clear and stuff. Don't do your stupid emails unless you need to. Do the high focus tasks, the stuff that needs all your creativity, all your alertness, all your awareness. Do that. Then, when you have lower energy, let's say in the afternoon or something, pick an email time. Pick a time when it's convenient for you. Let others know, and everyone will respect it. You'll be amazed how flexible people are. When people say, this is non-negotiable for me, a lot of other people go, okay, whatever, man, that's you. You'll be surprised. Now, keeping your energy cyclical, another nugget of wisdom would be how to protect that energy. So learning to say no. That was the secret. How do you protect your energy? Learn to say no. And episode's over. I also want you to learn how to delegate, to maintain energy reserves. So learning to say no stops any new energy coming out. But learning to delegate manages and maintains your energy reserves so you don't have to do everything. It's so important to get yourself out of, hi, it's just me. There's so many other ways to help and play. There's so many other people and groups waiting to help. So protecting your energy, knowing that it's cyclical, keep those nuggets of wisdom in your pocket. Let's look at some exercises. Energy mapping. Let's track energy levels throughout the day, identifying the peaks and the low periods, so that if you go, I know that everyone's a morning person, but my morning is really peak energy from this time to this time, not this time to this time like everybody else. Realign your life to focus on those things then. That's what you need to do. So, keeping yourself together, might need to take micro breaks. And that's your next exercise. Implement these short breaks. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, right? After a 90-minute work cycle, you need that to recharge. You need that to go, oh, okay. Whew, clarity. Perspective. Gotcha. And you can't do that without a micro break. So, energy mapping, make sure you put those micro breaks in there, otherwise what was the point of the energy mapping? Get in there, like, comment, share, let me know if what we got is giving you a thumbs up or resonation. If you have any questions, let us know. Know that we are here making sure whatever questions you have, inside, outside, if you feel public about it, ask it public. If you want help with something, reach out to me private if you're a more private person. But know that we're here for you. All of this is to serve you. Now, let's take a look at your action item, and then we can pop off segment 3, energy management systems, and we can get into segment 4, balancing growth and well-being. So your action item, just so that we can end your energy management systems, let's finish it with daily energy reset, so that you have almost like a reset button. You can incorporate a daily practice like mindfulness, deep breathing, maybe a quick walk. Those are ways to reset your energy, renew and reinvigorate yourself. That's what I invite you to do as an action item, specifically for energy management systems. Daily energy reset. Now, segment 4, balancing growth and well-being. The insight, I think, when you realize that scaling doesn't have to mean sacrificial well-being, like I'm sacrificing all my feelings of good and happiness because I'm growing, and I know that growing is hard and it sucks, and if you say so, it doesn't have to. It's all about working smarter, not harder. So if you can, here's your tip: integrate personal boundaries, right? Defining those no work zones so that you can maintain a work-life balance, especially if you're a coach and you work at home. I'm blessed enough to have my own business and work at home and separately be a coach. And so for me, it's important to get up, to move, to stretch, to go out for a walk, to do those kinds of things. Because otherwise, there's no separation between work-life balance. So get some hobbies, get some crafts, get some toys, go downstairs in the basement, play, come back up, go to work. Integrate your personal boundaries. Action item is going to be possibly tricky for some of you. It would be a digital detox. Designate one day a week to disconnect from work-related digital devices. I know. Let's start with an hour in case, just so you can warm yourself up to it. But ultimately, let's say you chose Sundays. Disconnect one day a week from work-related digital devices. Oh, wait a minute, so I can still look at my phone and I can still watch, funny cat videos? Yeah. But I can't watch that. How to be more productive and scale? No, that's too work-related. Okay. Digital detox. It's specific for work. We'll close with segment 5. And if we want to look at some of the key points, there's smart time and smart energy management. Your call to action, ladies and gentlemen, is to pick one action item, and implement it this week. If you've been watching all week, then you're already implementing so many amazing things. You should be seeing your business grow immediately. You should be seeing yourself personally and professionally grow immediately. You should be reaching out so we can say hi. I'd love to. See where we can play together in the same sandbox. Now, implementing that one a week, it's a growing pattern and it's a habit and it's flexing a muscle. So it will develop and it will strengthen over time, I assure you. I would invite anyone to give some feedback. Ask some questions. Post it on social media. Let us know that we're here not just for, actionable takeaways and do this technique and this, but there's also practical advice. There's engaging episodes where we're trying to go, hey, nobody has all the answers. This is just my angle. This is just what worked for me. This is what I saw. This is what I felt. And this is where it made a difference in my world. So if what we're up to and scaling without burnout, by using smarter systems, by making sure that we're doing smart time and energy management, you'll stop feeling stretched so thin. You'll start to grow the business without it automatically feeling like you have to take more time and energy for it. You may actually be spending too much time and energy right now. You may be, until you do that time audit, you won't know what are your time wasters. You won't see where more of your energy could have been spent in missed opportunities. So I invite you to go through the process, right? If you work the system works. Now, if you are in any way, shape, or form not clear or not 100% convinced and not ready to take that step, if you need somebody to help and hold your hand, please reach out. We'd love to say hi. Love to see where we can go together and what we can do. We will be here all week, ladies and gentlemen, starting with tomorrow, our Successful Saturday. Come back at 1 in the afternoon. we'll be doing the power of storytelling, how to build a brand that people love. Sunday, we'll be wrapping it up on Soaring Sunday, mastering your niche. Stand out, get noticed, get paid. Boop, 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 boop. I'm thinking you're seeing the theme this season, and it's a beautiful one. So, thank you for joining me for Scaling Without Burnout. I look forward to seeing you scale to the stars and smile the whole way through. The best sign that you've got it all put together properly. I will see you tomorrow.